Hello and welcome to day 46 of me trying to teach myself how to draw. So as always, I started with a 1 minute gesture drawings. I just filled up a whole page of these, and then I went on to do more of my abridgment studies, finishing up the chapter on light and shadow. These are really fun, and I actually used what I learned doing these studies to help me with the main part of today's study, which was using a reference photo to draw a full figure, which is really cool. So it means that doing these is paying off. For the last handful of days, I've been saying something is off when I do these, and I wasn't sure what it is, and I realized today it's that whenever I draw the ass and thighs, I make them too thick, and that it makes them look shorter than they actually are because they're wider. So that is something that I do. I don't know if I necessarily want to change it, but it's good to be aware of what I'm doing, so I know. But then today's main study was I took this photo, you can see here down in the corner, and I went through and I tried to apply everything that I've learned with like my muscle drawovers and my gesture drawing and the Birchman studies and all of that, and I tried to apply it to this, and it went fairly well. So I got my shoulders in. I used boxes to help me place down where my limbs would mostly go. My biggest problem with this today is that it feels stiff. I need to push the line of action more and get more flow into things. So I think instead of starting with such a structured base, I need to put down like where the chest and the pelvis are, like I do when I do my Birchman studies, and then do some loose type of figure drawing on top to help me get the gesture down and keep the flow and fluidity of it all, and then go in and put down some really solid structured lines to help create the form, if that makes sense. So taking the gesture drawing and just making it more solid and anatomically correct. Overall, I am really happy with how this drawing went. I got the main proportions correct. I draw feet really small for some reason, and I need to stop doing that. Also, I ran out of room at the top of the page. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I measured things out properly. But the neck is stretched out, and I didn't account for that. And so you'll see in my drawing that the neck looks like it's too long. And it's not actually that the neck is too long. It's that the angle of the head and the facial features aren't correct. So this is like, we're slightly looking up in this picture. And I kind of drew it like we were just looking straight on. And that's kind of where I messed up. You can see in that one picture how it's not perfect, but the angle of the head is a lot better. But I still thought that the neck looked long, so I redrew it, and I messed it up even more. But it's fine. I'm learning. That's what this whole thing is about. But yeah, I also went back and I changed up the arms a little bit, and the shoulders work better. However, I made her arm too slim for what I really wanted. I don't know, I'm picking this apart. But it's pretty good considering this is day 46 and I have not drawn a bunch of full bodies. But yeah, that was today's study. Tomorrow I'm going to do a face, and I will see you guys then.